Hi there. Thanks for tuning in to Make This Happen, where we discuss an idea we've been dying to see come alive. Every week, my friend J.E. and myself, Alex Gonzalez, will bring you a product you never knew you needed. Now, let's get started with coming up with a Pokemon inspired idea. But first, how are you doing today, Jay?
I was going to just ask, are you going to introduce me or what's going on?
I was circling back. Are you doing okay?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm doing fine. Thank you. How are you doing?
You sure?
Yeah.
You doing okay? Crazy world.
It is. Yeah. No, definitely.
But we're diving into another world, the world of Pokemon.
Of course.
But what I wanted to do was, that's my Pokemon. What I wanted to do was create a Pokemon-inspired thing that hasn't quite been done yet in the United States of America.
Before you go on, what's your Pokemon name? Is it Pokey?
Oh, it might, like what sound I would make?
No, because you said that's my Pokemon, Decora's bark. But you know how Pokemon say their name, and she just barks, so it'd be. I imagine it would.
Her name would be yeah. It would be like a weird. It would sound like a legendary dog, sort of. Yeah.
I imagine it's one of those names that have an exclamation point at the front of it.
Yeah.
All right,
what's your favorite move? Screech. So my idea is this: that hasn't been done in the United States of America yet, because Pokemon in Japanese culture knows no bounds, I believe. I want to create a bakery cafe based on Pokemon. I want the macaroon craze is taken off here. There's a bunch of very artisanal bakeries. I want there to be fucking poffins. I want there to be berry-inspired desserts. And then, of course, you're going to have Pokemon faces as well. But I think you could even make it where it's immersed in the world of Pokemon, where it's going to be Nurse Joy behind the counter. You can even call it, like, maybe not Nurse Joy, maybe its own bakery, but have it feel very trainery. And like it's in the world of Pokemon.
So you want the employees to have uniforms?
Yes.
Okay. So.
But like they look like Pokemon trainers. So maybe they all look like Bird Guy.
Yeah. And, I get what you mean. It's like more
Lass.
like the NPCs, not like Nurse Joy or Officer. What's her face?
We're not. I can't tell my employees that they're NPCs. Well, that's going to be bad for morale.
No, it's just like I don't want it to be like you walk in and there's like a employee with like a nurse costume on. That's a little, like
yeah. No. I'm not talking about like for fan service. I meant Nurse Joy as in a character. I didn't mean like that.
I get what you mean, but I don't want it to also kind of feel like one of those
maid
diners maid cafes or even the diners that like impersonators like serve you and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
no, not like that.
I kind of want it.
I want it to be reminiscent. I want the food to be good. Like I want the bakery to be on hand. I want there to be teas inspired by the Pokemon. In fact, I want this to be a reskin of something almost like an 85-degree bakery, but using Japanese sweets while also throwing in the guise of Pokemon. I want Pokemon to be the bridge to delicious Japanese sweets and desserts for the American people.
What do you think about this idea? So you want this to start here in the Americas, the United States. And where I'm going with this is less Disneyland-y with it. And it's a cafe that's Pokemon inspired. And it is, instead of having, let's say, you know how in Japan they'll have the coffee and then the foam and then they have like the Pokemon stenciled in and shit like that. Mm-hmm. I want it more like we could have like the macaroons that look kind of like different Pokemon and stuff like that. We could draw faces and cute shit like that. But I want
even be more transformative. Like I want there to be poffins. I want them to make the actual from berries the desserts that you see, and then like Black Forest Gateau and different items you've consumed in the game.
Yeah, where I'm going with this, I want this to be a cafe that you'd find in the Pokemon games. You know what I mean? It's like a cafe that it's in the Pokemon universe, but in real life. Where like, it's more like things that are from the Pokemon universe. We could even go a little bit more mainstream with it and call it like far-fetched puffin or something like that, and put like a Pokemon name in front of different items, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't want anything like shaped in this shape. Like I don't want like a salad with a Bulbasaur looking
Like
fucking
the spinach leaves are arranged like a bowl
yeah, or
or
like you
something.
order like an
No,
oddish thing. It's just like two little leaves sticking out with
and
like a
then I
pudding.
also want there to be themed teas though. I think it's cool when those are reminiscent of different colors. Just because it'd be super easy to do like a Pikachu themed drink where it's the stripes of his tail, so it's
Yeah,
like yellow, brown, yellow.
I think everything should be named after something or be in the Pokemon universe, but I don't want it to be overtly
Now,
like I don't want like fake paper ears on
no,
a pot pie to make it look like I don't know Snorlax
we're
or something,
doing
you know?
Great British baking rules
Exactly.
here.
Yeah.
Where okay, you know exactly what I'm talking
No,
about. So if it's on there, it's edible and it's part of the dessert.
it's not just that, but I just don't want it to look tacky. I want this
Yeah.
to look everything about it pretty much just looks like a normal cafe, unless you
Yes.
know,
So like you would
you
enjoy
know.
it. Now I want there to be layers though too that aren't going to be annoying, but every cafe is going to be a gym in Pokemon Go and it's going to have a Pokestop. So people who do play can enjoy that.
Mm.
Also, it's going to have free Wi-Fi where you can accept mystery gifts if there's events. All that's going to be in layers. So even if you don't enjoy any of that, but you enjoy the snacks, you can go in. But if you happen to engage with Pokemon in whatever platform, you'll be able to do so.
And how about this? We have like a Hard Rock Cafe style to it, where there is kind of like a little Poke Center that they call them in real life, where it's just a small Pokemon store, and they just sell
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon knickknacks. And we could Hard Rock Cafe it, where we'll have multiple of these around the United States. I'm assuming, and eventually,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
assuming all over. And they'll just have like maybe like a pin, you know what I mean? And we could like have like little. You could only get this at this location, like the one
Oh,
like
yeah.
the whatever this restaurant's called in Arizona is the only place you could get
And
like
it'll be different Pokemon pins for
yeah.
like maybe different starters. So like you can only get a Squirtle pin in what are we gonna do? California, and you can only get like a Charmander pin in Arizona. And of
Exactly.
course, I'm just using the most popular Pokemon, but it goes on and goes on.
Maybe what we could even do is like business wise, what we'd have to do is let's imagine this gets just as big as McDonald's and there's locations
Yeah.
everywhere. And what we'll
Mhm.
have to do is every 2 months, maybe a different set of 10 pins are issued around the globe, right? But each location has a different 10, and only these locations will have let's say every location region will have like different quadrants of everywhere, and each place would have like 100 Pokemon that are only for that region. So like the West Coast has 100 Pokemon, the middle mountain area has 100, East Coast has 100, Europe has 100, parts of Asia has until like the whole Pokemon thing is. And like they're from all different generations, and every couple months they rotate through 10 different ones, and so you could eventually get a bunch of them, you know, but it's random
Yeah, I
on
like
what it
that.
is. So like it's kind of like Pokemon in the wild where like you don't know what you're gonna get, and like it just comes
And
with
I
every
want there
meal
to be
maybe.
that kind of idea across all merchandise, but to a lower scale. So again, you can have custom maybe mugs or just like small merchandise like that. Nothing too crazy, but like a pin, maybe a cup here. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like maybe what it is, you know, I hate how Starbucks does this, and so we're gonna do the opposite. But like, you walk
Mhm.
into a Starbucks and you go to where they sell their like actual merchandise, and I'm in
Yeah.
LA. I could buy the LA one, but I could also buy the fucking Las Vegas one. You know what I mean? I could buy the one
Really?
in New York. Yeah, it's not
I didn't know that. I thought they only had cups. So
no.
when I see cabinets full of different places, they haven't gone there. Maybe.
No,
I thought
you could buy them at whatever Starbucks location. Like I've walked
how
into a Seattle
phony.
one night, there was a LA one right there. You know what I mean? There might be
How
one or two
phony.
items that are exclusive, but for the most part,
Yeah.
the ones that everybody has, you could buy them at any Starbucks as long as they have them in stock. The harder ones to find would be like probably like Arkansas. You know what I mean? Like they're not going to just have that in a Californian Starbucks. You know,
Nobody wants Arkansas. Yeah.
but like the big cities. But so like I want this to be more strict on that. Where like the store only has a Pokemon mug of a Kangaskhan if you're in Australia or India or maybe like Texas. You know what I mean? Like,
You know, it'd be cool. The Kangaskhan mug could maybe have a pouch for your tea,
yeah, yeah,
like a diffuser little pouch. Yep, co-signed by your Pokemon.
yeah. Baki.
All right.
Wait, that's what I named Cora.
They're all just almost named that. All right.
No, all dogs are just Pokis now.
So
We
how
created a
big?
Pokemon.
So I'm envisioning this being like the size of a cafe. There's going to be seating. You can sit down. They'll have the counter. You're going to be able to see all the desserts in the case. There's going to be merchandise. And I think that's where it's going to be. We'll be able to spread them. I'm even thinking about a campaign where when one's coming soon to a town, maybe you do a food truck with a limited menu item to get people excited.
I also think we could take a page from Disneyland's book for I'm still on the pins, by the way. Disneyland's book where like there's like a pin trading station at the store. And like that's how you could get different Pokemon from other places in case someone visited from a different state or a different country. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go. All right. I'm liking this. Pokemon, make this happen. Thanks for listening. If you have any suggestions or products you'd like to see talked about, feel free to write in at @poundgames@gmail.com. We have a Patreon. If you'd like to join the @Pound family, come find us at patreon.com/wearenotgamedevs. Patrons receive episodes 2 days early, meaning Make This Happen gets to your ears that much sooner. If you enjoyed our show, take a second to give us a review. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Store, and more. Catch you guys next Sunday. Stay cool, because it's already summer here. And I live in the Devil's Den.